What's going on, everyone? My name is UnderTheRadar, and welcome back to the Draft League Viabilities. This one we are going to be doing on Alolan Persian. Now, this one was suggested to me in Discord. Also, I haven't said it in the last few episodes, but if you guys have any suggestions, please leave comments down below or join my Discord, which will be in the description down below. You can join that. There's a whole channel dedicated to just suggestions from you guys, and I'm taking a bunch of them from this one. This one was suggested by Luke, Lukey DM. Homeboy, been in the server for a very long time, and he knows how much I love this Pokemon. And the main reason why I wanted to talk about this Pokemon is because I think that this Pokemon fits my playstyle more than so many other Pokemon, and I'm going to tell you why I build around it the way I do so much. So this Pokemon is very unique with the ability for Coat. It means that its defense stat doubles every single time. So whenever you're EVing this thing, always do this first, or if you're running knockoff, or this if you're running just foul play. Always do this first, because this gets doubled no matter what, meaning that is the stat that will make you the bulkiest every single time if you're trying to take physically defensive hits. On top of that, its base 115 speed means that it'll outspeed a lot of things with very minimal speed investment, especially like slower wall breakers, faster walls. By faster walls, I mean things like Necrozma, because it's base 79, base 80 walls, like I think Milotic is base 80, Suicune at base 85, things like that, with a really good move pool. Fake out, foul play. Offensively, it's very lackluster, but it does have knockoff, it has taunt, it has play rough, which I've used before to take out a Hydreigon, it has sub, it has switcheroo, so you can like switcheroo choice scarfs, and the most important move that this thing gets is parting shot. And the main reason why I wanted to talk about this is because building around this move for the main thing is one of my favorite things to do. So first thing with this, you need a really good hazard setter. You also need ways of potentially healing up setup sweepers to make them sweep twice. That's why 9 times out of 10, whenever I draft this thing, I draft Mesprit, because it has Healing Wish. It also gets U-Turn, it also gets Stealth Rocks. It's also a ground immunity, meaning that this thing isn't going to have to take earthquakes from things like Mamoswine, it's not going to take earthquakes from Garchomp, it's not going to have to take earthquakes from Lando. This is just a very good help to weaken take away how much this thing is going to have to take. This is also weak to fighting. This resists fighting. This is weak to bug. So they're both weak to bug, which is a little bit less than ideal. However, you can work around that pretty easily. There aren't that many great bug types in the format. You got like Mega Heracross, regular Heracross, Scolipede, Mega Pinsir. And even then, Mega Pinsir mainly spamming flying attacks. Are there any other really good ones? I guess Scizor. That usually spams Bullet Punch. I don't think there's any other really like top tier bugs. So these three moves are pretty much staples on a team like this. Get Stealth Rocks up, you turn out, you throw on something like Psychic, Psyshock, coverage move to help out whatever this thing is going to be a main switch into. You have Parting Shot, you have Foul Play, you have Knockoff, whatever else you need. So what's really nice about this is I like to pair these, since they're both low tier, usually tier 4 and tier 4, you can get some phenomenal setup sweepers. One of my favorite ones, all time favorite ones, is Megazard X. The reason why, this thing sets up so easily. You run it defensively, you run it with enough bulk to take hits, you Parting Shot on something, drop this thing in, you get a free Dragon Dance up, whatever he brings in, you have enough bulk to take hits from whatever, Dragon Dance up a second time, and you sweep. Super easy. And let's say you do that and you make one of its checks all the way down to like 5 HP, you kill it off with something else, Healing Wish up Charizard X, send in a Alolan Persian, or use Z Parting Shot into it, and you have Mega Charizard X. Main reason why I like Mega Charizard X with this is because with Mega Charizard X, you're not having to rely on a Z move user on a setup sweeper. If you have like Lando T or Thundy T or Zygarde, typically you're going to have to rely on something that would want, not need, but want a Z move. Like Lando wants Z Fly, Zygarde wants Z Outrage, things of that nature. So with these, you're able to have Mega Charizard X set up almost every single game. And while Mega Charizard X is a really good setup sweeper, it's also a really good wall breaker for things that these two don't really like, such as bulky steals. Another thing that I really like with these is Xurkitree. I didn't click on the bar. So why do I like Xurkitree? Because it is a slower setup sweeper / wall breaker. With Tail Glow, it forces things to run choice Scarfers that are faster than base 83, meaning that if it is not faster than base 100 as a choice Scarfer, Mega Charizard X at +1 can outspeed and sweep it. This thing also breaks down pretty much everything that Charizard X does not want to. Fairies, waters, grounds, it's a little bit iffy because some grounds can tank hits, like the Nidos can tank a +3 energy ball, for example. But with these, it's super easy to set up every single game with both of these. And with Beast Boost, you can literally run no special attack investment and make this thing fatter, and with Parting Shot, it won't die. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. Parting Shot into it is absolutely amazing. So the only issue so far is that your two setup sweepers are a little bit slower. So what I like to do with this is I like to draft webs, and I like to draft a web setter that can beat down bulky waters or beat them 1v1. And something that is absolutely cancerous is Araquanid, because of the moves Spiderweb and Toxic, Rest, Sleep Talk. This set will beat down every single bulky water that is not named Empoleon. And Empoleon realistically isn't going to take Flare Blitzes or Earthquakes from Zard X. It's not going to take Thunderbolts from Xurkitree. So if you want to run this set to trap them, you can. Or, like, let's say you take off Sleep Talk and you run Sticky Webs. As long as you trap them in and you toxic them, you don't need to be sleep talking anything. You can literally do this and just sit there for 2 turns and let them die to toxic damage. So you now have webs. You have 2 setup sweepers that under Sticky Webs will do amazingly. You have Z Parting Shot, 2 Pokemon that do not need Z move users to break down things after sweeping, and you have really good Pokemon. You have good momentum, you have good setup. You don't really have the best cleaners, so I would like to have a cleaner with this thing, a faster Pokemon that late game can just spam a move. There's a bunch of them that are really good, but ultimately I think these 5 together are just phenomenal. This is how you make Alolan Persian do its best work. You have it to tank hits, you have a really good Pivotmon, you have just an overall fat wall that doesn't ever die, and this thing has really good Spadef. These two together have really good Fizdef. This alone has really good Fizdef. If you look at this, it's what, 246? That's more Spadef than this thing has it with 252 max. So these 5, what would I put with these 5? Oh, also, you don't have a tier 1 yet. You have like tier 4, tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, 3, and then a mega tier 1. That's really awkward. And then you have like a mega tier 1. So you can get another tier 1 phenomenal Pokemon if you wanted to be a cleaner. Right now you don't have anything really to beat down bulky Psychics because like this thing doesn't really want to be clicking Leech Life. So something that could be really nice is Gengar here. Gives you really good spamming, ways of beating down bulky fairies, which you don't really have with these 6, ways of beating down bulky psychics with these 6, which you don't really have yet, and it really appreciates the pivoting from these 3, and if you Parting Shot into it, it's not going to die from any one hit unless it's like a Specs Dark Pulse from like a Gren or something like that, but even then you have this for Gren, so super easy 6, like to base a team off of. I think this type of mindset, I really like setup spam. Also with this thing getting stockpile, meaning this can also be a setup sweeper. Wolfie used it to beat Jacob as always with setup. This can be a really nice Calm Mind user. So basically setup spam is how I would build around it with some bulky pivots and a really good wall breaker / cleaner. This can be both of those. So Things like Shell Smash Gorbis would be really cool. Minior could be really cool. There's like a bunch of really cool setup options, but like fast setup options. I don't like a curse setup into this, because if you're parting shotting into something and then you curse up, you're asking to be crit. Whereas with this, you parting shot out, you set up with Shell Smash, with Dragon Dance, with Tail Glow, Z-Rain Dance, Manaphy, something like that. You're getting faster, you're the one critting, not waiting to be crit, if that makes sense. I was like attacking first whenever I'm setting up. I don't really like curse setup that much. It's not my favorite. I used it with Alolan Muck, but that's about it. And Snorlax. I've used it with Snorlax before, but I don't really like it that much. So, really good setup spam. Like, I guess this could technically be replaced with like Dragonite, but I think Megazord X. I've used these 3 on a team before, I think, or maybe it was just these 2. But it's a really great combination. It's something that is easy to do every single week, and no matter how much your opponent preps for it, it's hard to beat. They can prep for it every single time, but as long as you get in a Alolan Persian and you parting shot out, you're going to be on the plus side of it eventually. So, very easy 6 to keep in mind. Let me know what you guys think of these 6 down in the description, in the comments below, and let me know some other mods that you guys might want me to do. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.